Hello and welcome to Riff Views. This is it. It's over. I am so glad that this train wreck of a series is finally done. And you think maybe that this issue will go out on a high note now that Jen is green again? No. I have to think that this was quickly written for the cancellation, and this issue's dumb. I'm just going to tell you that right out of the gate here. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the final issue. So here we are, issue 163, the final issue of the She-Hulk series. As you can see, it's Jen. Looks like she's putting in or taking out the last piece of a jigsaw puzzle. It just happens to be her face piece of the very first series that she was in, when Jen was actually Savage She-Hulk. Kind of what, I don't know, Tamaki was trying to do. Tamaki ignored decades of character growth to write this garbage Hulk character. And if you notice, they're still using in the corner the gray, scarred She-Hulk face for the image, and for some reason it's still under the banner that Jen Walters must die. I thought that storyline kind of wrapped up 2 issues ago. Oh well, it's not much to talk about. I see what they're trying to do. It's stupid. This whole issue's stupid. Now here we go, the final thing where it talks about that, Jen has battled for justice and blah blah blah. But when she found herself green again, what does this mean for Jen? What does it mean for Jen's future? You know what I hope it means? I hope that no one ever brings up this mess of a book again. I hope to never see this referenced ever. But after what I've been seeing about that new Avengers book coming up, I don't know about that. Oh look, here we are, trying to do witty banter at a high school junior prom. Talk about what your favorite prom scene of a TV or a movie. Patsy must be elated that Jen finally took her to prom. I mean, she dressed up for Jen, even though Jen did not tell her where they were going or what they were doing. So Patsy's using this to try to get Jen to talk about how she was gray and now she's green again. And now, if you're wondering why they're even at a junior prom in the first place, well, it turns out that Jen had lost a case for a woman named Bonnie. Oh, we will come back to that later. So Jen is chaperoning Bonnie's daughter, Bethany. Now, Bethany is a mutant called Byrne, who is the first mutant to run for class president in the New York State area and win. She wouldn't be the first if only New York had a mutants-only school. Only mutants could attend. I'm sure one of them would have been the first class president. So when Jen tells her about Byrne, Patsy's reaction is, "That's legit awesome." Why? I mean, other than being a little chubby, there's really nothing that stands out about Byrne. If she looked like Nightcrawler and won class president, then okay, I would think that was pretty awesome. But I get it. You see, the kids are tolerant and accepting. It's the old folks, like bigot Max Hardwell, that just don't accept it, man. Now, why did they use the random TV footage as exposition? So here we see in this flashback the case that Jen lost. You see, there was a protest going on outside of Byrne's school, and in this flashback, Tamaki manages to get one last bit of character assassination in on Jen. You see, Hardwell's group, called Bio Rights, they were protesting the school, and one protester attacked Bonnie's car with a hammer, right where Byrne was sitting. So Bonnie, being the good mother that she is, got out and attacked the guy. And Jen says that she pleaded self-defense for Bonnie and lost. Not only did she lose, but Bonnie was sentenced to 5 years. How bad of a lawyer is Jen? I mean, even if Bonnie killed the guy, he attacked her daughter with a hammer in front of dozens of witnesses. How did Jen lose this case? 5 years? Is that a lot? I have no words for how dumb Patsy's question is. You know, Patsy wasn't really too bright in the series anyway. Maybe she's in denial because Jen keeps rejecting her. I don't know, but she is really stupid in this issue. So we go to another flashback. This time, it's at Jen's law firm, and she's being called in for a 30-second meeting that everyone is in a hurry to get out of. She said it was after she told the firm about her case that they had this meeting, but I can't help but wonder, was it they had this meeting after she lost Bonnie's case, and that they're just using the client standards as an excuse? Now, even dumbass Patsy senses that there was something up with this meeting. Oh, and since super gay assistant Bradley says that he would leave with Jen, we are treated to 2 Bradley is awesome comments. You know, I really hate how Marvel is all about these affirmations. I mean, seriously, why is he awesome? Because he said he would follow Jen? He didn't actually do it yet. He just said he was going to. So as future class president Byrne is speaking to her class, BioRights shows up outside the prom to protest them, and they flip a limo, you know, practically threatening violence with the whole "we say no peace as the mutant vermin continue to infect our schools." You know, we don't actually see who it is that says, "Those guys suck," but I'd like to think it's Patsy, "Is 5 years a lot?" Walker that says it. Gosh, she's so stupid. Now, Jen throws the limo they flipped back at the protesters. Now, wait a minute. The limo was right in front of the hotel. Now, how does she walk out right in front of the protesters as She-Hulk, pick up the limo, and throw it in the air from a distance so it arc down on front of them on its front end? You know, if she was right in front of them. Or did Jen kind of walk down the block and then pick up a second limo just to throw it across at them? That scene doesn't really make any sense. Okay, now this I have to point out. This is a cool panel. You know, She-Hulk standing on the wreckage of the limo, flames coming up all around her, dress is torn. Yeah, this is pretty much the panel we have waited for the entire series. Jen as She-Hulk being badass. Not being plagued with doubt or trying to wrestle some type of demons that she's never had before. No, this is the Jen we've wanted to see. And it's like only because the series got cancelled that we get to see it. Now, Hardwell says that Jen doesn't scare him as he shoots at her. Wait. The dude brought a gun to protesting a prom filled with teenagers. Wow. Just wow. So as Jen tells Hardwell that he and what he represents scares her, dumbass Patsy pulled her costume from somewhere and then tries to be funny. Jeez, was Hardwell the only one with a gun? So as Jen tells Hardwell things he couldn't care less about, such as facing her fears, Byrne comes out ready to fry his ass. So Jen talks her down because everyone is proud of her, and Jen somehow gets burned by touching her non-flaming shoulder. Boundaries. Byrne steps down, passes Patsy, and Byrne, Hellcat, big fan, same. You know, Byrne is awesome. Hellcat is awesome. Super gay assistant Bradley is awesome. Everyone is awesome. Why? Who cares? It's Marvel. Everyone's awesome. We don't have to explain why. You just have to accept it when we say it. So, then after making jokes about running from the police who have just shown up, Jen and Patsy engages more sitcom conversation. God. And they even end with a "you guys are old" joke. You know, oh, they're playing old songs. You guys should come in. You're not funny, Mariko. You're just not funny. And I'm glad I don't have to say that anymore. This is the last issue. So we go back to Jen's office, to the firm. She's resigned, but she's in She-Hulk form. This is the first time she's been in the office as She-Hulk, and one of the other people at the firm is surprised, and she's packed up her stuff, and she says that she's taking super gay assistant Bradley with her because she made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Oh, what was that offer? Donuts. Of course it was food. You know, they just quit their jobs. What new office are they planning on moving into? What money are they going to use to buy new furniture? And most of all, why is Jen in her She-Hulk form and in heels, only slightly taller than Bradley? She should be in those heels. You know, I think she's what, like 6'7" in her She-Hulk form. Those look to be 3 or 4 inch heels, so she should be just nigh of 7 feet. And she's only a couple inches taller than super gay assistant Bradley. Whatever. But here's my favorite part of the book. The end. Oh god, this series has been such a mess. In this issue, we finally get to see Jen in her green She-Hulk form. You know, we saw her at the end of the last issue come back as the green She-Hulk. But here we have her, you know, back to the way she was. She seems to be a little bit more upbeat, and she's ready to go back to lawyering somewhere else. Maybe she's starting a new firm. Maybe she's going to some other job. We don't know. They don't say. So basically, Jen is right where we left off. You know, not including Civil War II, but she's pretty much where she was before, meaning that Mariko Tamaki's series has made no difference. It has made no impact on her character. She didn't even show up as She-Hulk for like 6 issues. She had a bunch of existential angst over, you know, Bruce's death and her injuries, which both she and Bruce have been through a lot worse before, which is really weird to say about being through things worse than death. But it's comic books, it's true. And here we are. Nothing has changed, really. Everything is the same. But thankfully, this series is done. And she's going to be in the new Avengers book, which I'll be following because, like I said, I do follow her books. But it seems like they're going to be keeping on with the theme of she's fueled by rage, and some of the solicits show her as, like, basically a female head on a man's body, and they don't know what to do with the character, and it's such an easy character, really. But thankfully, this is over. Mariko's reign of terror has ended. You know, she can go back to writing her young adult novels or comics, whatever she was doing. Because whatever she was trying to do in this series did not work. And the series focus changed throughout this series. Was it dark, moody, struggling? Was it trying to be funny? Was it trying to go back to a regular, more adventure, action comic? This series it's psychotic in its tone. So, thankfully, it's over. Now, I thought about actually taking the issues out and taking them out into the backyard and burning them. You know, and I was going to film it and end the video with that. But, you know, that's kind of Linkara's thing, to be honest. And, you know, I have a feeling that if I were to breathe in the fumes from burning this comic, it would literally give me cancer. And I say this as someone who smoked for many, many years, and I'm afraid to breathe in the fumes that burning this piece of crap book would do to me. So, alright, thanks for watching. Come back next time. I am coming back to the social media Marvel problem. I had someone fall through on that, so I had to do a little bit more research, but part 2 is coming up, so stay tuned. And once again, thanks for watching.